I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Greetings, friends, and welcome back to Campione Reacts. Today, we have some extra special clips for you. These segments are going to blow your mind because they offer you such horrible dating advice. That seems to be the nature of things from TikTok and many of these other social media platforms. The least qualified people give the worst possible advice. And I can't do this alone. I need at least one or more ladies here with me. And today, I have an extra special lady joining me. It is Tugs. How you doing, Tugs? You doing good?
I'm good. Glad to be back.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad we get to do this together because I think I would go quite mad if I had to do it by myself. So, without further ado, let's take a look at some terrible dating advice. Number one.
Chances of being serious with somebody, you need to ask them this one question because it's going to give you so much insight on what type of person this really is. When you ask this question, they won't even be knowing what you're really asking them, and they won't even know what they're really telling you. Free game. Ask this person, hypothetically, if you had a child and you were not able to see that child, would you still feel that you need to financially contribute to this child? Depending on how this person answers this question, you will know if you really want to continue dealing with this person. If this person answers with no, they should not have to contribute to the child if they don't see them, you need to understand that this person, 9 times out of 10, only do what's right when it's convenient for them. They don't do what's right just because it's right. They only do what's right when it benefits them or it's in alignment with what they want to do. This person does not have a strong sense of duty and responsibility. This person only wants to fulfill their duties and responsibilities if it is in benefit of them, or if it is in alignment with what they want to control. This person, if they answer no, 9 times out of 10 is a very selfish person. And unless you're into selfish people, you don't want to date somebody that is selfish. You don't want to date somebody that only does what's right when it is in benefit to them. You want somebody to do what...
Tugs, yeah, I had to cut that short. She just kept going on. Her mouth was a little long, but I'll ask you, what do you think?
I feel like there's so many caveats to that kind of question, though. Like, what do you mean you don't see them? Like, are they in the military? Like, what, like, are you a military parent and so you're deployed and you don't get to see your kid? Are you in prison? Like, what does that mean? I don't know where she's going with that. Is she talking about from personal experience where she had a baby with somebody that didn't want to be a father, maybe, or he was kind of a deadbeat person? Is that what she's going? I mean, if she's going for that kind of a vibe, maybe, but I don't know how that's the best way to determine something like that. I don't know.
But that's the problem, right? She wasn't very clear in what this was all about. She didn't set up anything other than whatever her personal experience was, because I have to expect that was 100% her personal experience. But I'm looking at it as a rational person. To me, she sounds like I'm plotting to have a child because I want to have a child, but then we're going to get divorced, or I'm going to, take half your stuff and take the kid, and you're still going to have to pay for him.
It could be. It could be. It could be that. It could be just that she just wants a kid and doesn't necessarily want the person around. It's just such a weird example. It's very specific. It's almost as if, yeah, there's definitely some weird. It's not just one of those hypothetical, if you find a $20 bill on the floor. Yeah, that would be a better question.
Yeah, no, I mean,
would you
a
turn
moral...
it into the police, or would you keep it? Like, that might be a better question. Maybe that's what she was kind of going for. It's just such a specific example.
Yeah,
which
leads me to believe that she is referencing a very specific situation for herself, and I don't know from how that evolved, but regardless. Not super great, but we've got more. That was just the first one of some very bad advice because it lacked reference, frame of reference. So here we go. Here's more.
There is no such thing as potential. Stop dating their potential. Potential doesn't exist. A potential is something that you have made up for them based on you, based on what you have experienced in the past, based on your tools, based on your capability, based on things that you have done, things that you know you are capable of doing. Therefore, you are just assuming that they are capable of doing those things. And that is not true. They are them. You are you. Date the person who they are now, not the potential of who you think they are going to be able to become, because that is who you would be able to become if you were in their shoes. That is not them.
Oh, okay. Tugs?
I actually agree with this one to a point. I think that I don't know exactly what she's talking about here, but so many people, both men and women, usually women, but men have done it too, where they see something in somebody and they think, oh, that person will change for me, or that person will be better for me, or they may not clean their apartment now, but I'm going to come in their life and I'm going to show them, and then they'll keep their apartment immaculate or whatever. Like, the potential for somebody to change. People are not just going to change for funsies. They're not going to become potentially a better person just because you think that they're going to, and you're going to show them all the ways that they can be Mickey Mouse and whatever. So I agree with her on that. If she's talking about careers, like you're kind of a broke because you have your startup business and you have the potential to make, that's different. But personality wise, which is the vibe I got from this, no, I would agree with her to a point. Doesn't mean that people can't change or have potentially better or change for the worse on the flip side of things, but you don't want to be somebody who has this A, B, and C, whatever those expectations are, whether they're Delulu or not, and then you date somebody that's the complete, like, that none of that aligns. That's not how that works. You don't want to be somebody who's driven and maybe works out a lot and whatever. Like, I have friends that they do CrossFit together. That's how they met, was at the gym. She's very driven. She wants to work hard on her body. She wants to be in shape. She wants to live a long life. She wants to be as healthy as she can be. She's not going to date the 300-pound schlop because he potentially might get up on the couch for her, and vice versa, right? So, like, I kind of agree. I honestly kind of agree with her to a point on what she's saying. I see what she's trying to say. I get it.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those it's to a point situation because look, you're gonna if you meet a man who's in his third year of med school, and he's already got a career path that he's pursuing, and he's going the right direction, wants to be an anesthesiologist, whatever, they make pretty good money. So that's when you date potential. Right. And you mentioned before, if this is a person that started up a business and it's starting to progress, but it's still, just a grind, that's dating potential. So in one way, she's not giving bad advice, but in another way, she might be, because there are people who, work to buy the nightclub. They work at the nightclub to buy the nightclub. And I know a couple of guys that are bartenders who worked at the bar so they could buy the bar. And that's what happened. So it's a different thing. And again, I think it comes down to aligning in personality types more so than whether or not there's potential in that. Because, I mean, if nobody dated for potential, nobody would date. Because you're going to have a potential relationship. So it's like, she tried to make sense, and on some levels, maybe she did, and you identified that. But on other levels, I'm like, you don't even know when you're starting out with somebody where things are going to go. That's why you date in the first place. So you were always dating for potential in some form or fashion.
That's where that's what the whole date is for, right? Dating, courting, whatever fancy word you want to use, is to learn. Yeah. You can figure out pretty quick. Even us girls who tend to be a little more delusional, you can figure out pretty quick on whether or not somebody will align with what you're looking for, whatever that is, whether they align, with how you like to keep your space, or because you're going to have to share a space eventually, right? So if they're not willing to help you do the dishes at night, or clean up, or keep their space, to a point where it's not chaotic or whatever it is, like, that's going to be something that you're going to learn, as that's why you date, why you hang out, why you go over to each other's houses, why you talk about things, like, whatever. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's
Yeah.
definitely different potentials, but yeah.
I'm with you 100%. But let's watch this last one and see if somebody came up with something good to say, because we're looking for somebody who makes sense all the way through from beginning to end and has a whole point. That would be cool. There we go.
A man is more likely to like you if he's scared of you. Hear me out, okay? Hear me out. I know that was a bold statement, but hear me out. If they are scared of your next move, of what you could do next, of you going out because you're so hot, of maybe you not liking them as much as they like you, if they are scared of something that you do, that they could lose you, that they might not be the best thing for you, that you could do better than them, if they are scared of you, then they will like you. So let's make men fear us.
Tugs.
I don't know
What?
about that one. I mean, I've read in romance books, and I've watched a lot of rom-coms and love stories and stuff where the guy has been like, she terrifies me because it makes me want to see a future, or it makes me want to be a better man, or it makes me want to. So like, maybe in that aspect, but like, I don't know if that's the case for everybody, and I don't know that that's where she was going with that. It's all very jumbled. I don't know if she had an idea where she was going. Maybe what she's also, you don't want to make the man terrified that he's going to lose you, in the sense that you're at the club and some guy is going to like sweep you off your feet because you're pretty. Like, that was not the right mindset on that. But if your man or woman isn't low-key terrified to lose you, in the sense that you get hit by a car or you have cancer, or one of you doesn't live up to the potential that you thought you had with each other, the cohesive, and that ends the relationship, and so then you both then worked hard to whatever, that's a different kind of terrified.
Totally different thing, and certainly not what she was referring to. So, folks, what do you think? Let us know in the comment section below, and let us know if you're supposed to terrify your man, because that doesn't seem rational. I think most of you would probably agree. On that note, we need to say thank you to Tugs for being here. You can find Tugs on the interwebs, normally playing an awful lot of video games. We appreciate her each and every time she gets to join us. You can find all of her information down in the description below. Tugs, anything else you want to blast off with before we go?
That's it.
All right. Well, fair enough. Perfect. So, for Campione Reacts, we're out.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.